Hey, folks, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show, and we want to always welcome everybody in Georgia, but West Virginia, Pennsylvania, California, Texas. I've had somebody email me one time from Texas, Florida, Michigan, wherever you may be, welcome. Now, I say welcome to the show, but I got to tell you, as I was preparing, I got up at 4 a.m. and I watched the president's press conference yesterday. I got up at 4 a.m. and watched the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media, their corporate corrupt media. So I started with CNN and MSNBC, and there's no way of getting around maybe offending you today. So just caution, I'm probably the only show that lets you know up front, I may offend you in some way today. Sorry, I don't see a way around it. So that's up front, okay? Now, tomorrow morning, my guest at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning will be Congressman Doug Collins. So let me say, getting back to some normal, I did a lot of interviews in the last couple of weeks about when I don't know in your area, but some of our shelter-in-place orders came in by county per county. I talked to several sheriffs, commissioners, so on and so forth, to bring information. But as I told you yesterday, we will talk about COVID-19 on the political side, okay? I have the 8-ball back. Now, what we have been doing, if you're new to the show, we've been ending the show because nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense anymore. The world's upside down. When will we get back to normal? All the above. So if you're new to the show, I used to ask the 8-ball the biggest question of the day. We'll do that at the end. I had to put the Trump hat back. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. There you go. Trump hat is right there. I had to put that back. That's not been missing. It's been right over here, but I had to get it back. And remember when we were filling in the states, I remember when coronavirus caught the national corrupt media attention and they started filling in the states. I mean, if one person got it, boom, your state got colored in. Remember there was like 3 days we could not figure out what the hell's happening in West Virginia. What's going on? Well, they have tried to win a national championship for years, and they finally did. And this is from a viewer in West Virginia. This says, this is their national championship, this is the West Virginia State National Championship, COVID-19 national champions, social distancing since 1863. Do you know what 1863 is? That's when they decided they wanted to be west of Virginia, became West Virginia. And then here is the back. You stay in your holler and I'll stay in mine. Now, as we get started, show everybody the social media way. Have you done that already? I didn't know. Maybe you have. These are in Destiny. It's going to be one of those days where I'll probably have you write a couple things down. So be ready when I ask you. Oh, you did that already. Okay, but what I want you to know is the whole entire studio here belongs to the fans, okay? And I have someone right now that is making out of wood. It's going to be really neat when you see it, an American flag to go there. But if you have a T-shirt, like let's just say you're in Michigan and there's T-shirts that say Governor Whitmore is half Whitmore or whatever, anything. If you have something in your state and you want to send me, text it to me. We'll get it on the wall. You got a picture? Send it to me. We'll get it on the wall. Be careful with what you send. Now, moving right along. I also want to ask you to find my page. I just started it last month, BKP Politics. BKP Politics. Now, Destiny, I want to go to my page today, get Sam, you, whatever, Grace involved and I want a real nice graphic for BKP Politics, my page, so people can find it. All right, folks, my shirt, I don't know if you can see if it's wrinkled. Let's get this day started. I told you yesterday, we talked about Wisconsin. We talked about mail-in ballots. We talked about Pelosi wants to make that happen. We're going to do another segment on that, what happened in Wisconsin yesterday in the voting and what's about to happen in November if you don't keep your eyes open. I want to say something before we really get started. Are you starting to like the routine? Okay, your routine. Every morning you got up, you went to work, you're no longer going. You have time to watch the show. But you had a routine. You had a routine the night before. You had to go to bed a certain time. You got to get up the alarm. You set the alarm a certain time, put the clothes out. Now you're trying to remember, did I brush my teeth? You're trying to remember, did I take my meds? What the hell is going on? All right. Now, I want to open with this because, yes, the virus is real. I always start with that. It's gone through almost my entire family, with the exception of me, because I live 1,000 miles away. But the virus is real. All right. We don't make light of that. But, folks, the corrupt media is so excited to report this morning, number 79. Give me number 79. CNN right there. Wuhan opening back up. Wuhan opening back up. Now let's think about this for a minute, okay? They are excited. The deep state propaganda machines are excited to tell you Wuhan is opening back up, okay? China, this is China. Let me get one of my MSNBC beautiful ones here that they have. All right. I got one here. It won't take but a minute. Let's leave that one on the screen till I find an awesome one about MSNBC. Wuhan is opening back up. All right. That's CNN, right? Number 68. Okay. 68. China lifts lockdown of Wuhan. Lifts the lockdown, number 68. Now stay with me. That's MSNBC, CBS. And then I want one more because we're going to get started this morning. We're going to talk about Wisconsin. We're going to talk about what's going on with the elections. I have one here. It won't take me too long. I got it here. Hang tight. Leave that one up there. I'll find it. Maybe I need glasses this morning, right? Maybe I don't have it yet. Hang tight. Bear with me a second. Okay. Well, let's forget about that one. Okay. Now remember this one, Wuhan, right? Now think about where you're at. Let me bring you into this, okay? Think about wherever you live this morning, wherever, no matter where you're at. Think about what you did 2 months ago, what you would do 2 months ago on a daily routine. Think about the freedom. Think about the groups you assembled with. Maybe you went to the club where it was this close. It was out there. Maybe you went to the senior center every day. Whatever, okay? Just put that in your mind. Now look, China lifts lockdown of Wuhan, okay? Now flip to number 17, okay? 17, is that 17? Do I have two that are 17? Have I done that again? There's 17, thank you. Sometimes I send duplicate numbers. Now, China lifts Wuhan. Here it is. Lieutenants offer details on National Guard visit to Parkside. Okay. Now that's our own organization, fetchyournews.com. Okay. And that is a county, that is the county that our main office is located in. And that is a nursing home on lockdown due to the virus. Okay. That is a nursing home, Parkside Skilled Nursing Care, Ellijay, Georgia, in your backyard. So take yourself right in your own backyard. The governor of Georgia has called up 2,500. Someone that's affiliated with FYN yesterday called and said their husband was called up, that their husband had been called up, and immediately. But this is the National Guard. Now, what they did yesterday in Ellijay, Georgia, is they went through and helped disinfect the nursing home and give them tips at the nursing home on how to disinfect properly for the virus. Okay. Let me just remind you, let's go back to the joy of the corrupt media this morning. And I mean, it is joy that they are having that number 79, right? And how does that tie into the World Health Organization, number 79? World Health Organization. Wuhan opening back up. Here's where I'm going, folks. China is a communist country. Now listen close. China is a communist country. China determines who can be in business and who cannot be in business. China encourages entrepreneurs that fit the rules that they have to be in business. China does not encourage any kind of freedom as like Hong Kong. We don't see the people in Hong Kong throwing rocks any longer. They seem to be in place at the current moment, or it's not being reported. See, China, there's no freedom in China. The levels of freedom in China are determined by the government, period. Okay. Wuhan opening back up. Why is there excitement there? China decides when your business opens, when your business closes, determines when you are going to be isolated, where you're going to be isolated, who can come back to work. Now, sound familiar? We do polling, we do testing, okay? So when this all really started to steamroll, quarantine didn't work. You cannot be quarantined. In fact, there's people my age and maybe older that remember tuberculosis in this country. Remember how we actually took people and quarantined them and put them in facilities and did not let them out. And when we did, they had to identify the rest of their life that they had had tuberculosis. Remember that? So we didn't like quarantine, okay? We have essential and non-essential. And for years, we've been struggling with what is essential and non-essential. We hear government shutdown. They've been getting us ready for years. They shut the government down. Do not pass the spending bill. And then all of a sudden, non-essential government workers were to stay home. So we've watched the government decide who is essential in this country and who is non-essential. And we understand, we're not making light of it, we understand that they connect the dots of, pharmaceuticals and, laboratories and pharmacies and grocery stores. And they've tried to connect the dots, but for years we've heard essential and non-essential. Then we went to shelters in place. Okay. Now you out there, and if you watch some of the videos, and you are thinking that eventually we're all going to be under martial law, and this is not a radical side of the show, and I'm not being right, but for those of you that think, one day they're just going to say martial law, okay? Well, see, that did not fit. Obviously, we don't want to fear the citizens. So we didn't use martial law. We used shelter in place. And then we didn't call up the military. We used military to build hospitals and National Guard to help put facilities in place. Martial law. You go down the street and you look, and the streets are lonely for the most part, and you see a traffic light with one car. And we are cheering the propaganda media that Wuhan opening back up. Our government told you, if you're a small business, I need a haircut, okay? But guess what? I can't get one. They're closed. Government told small business, you close on this day. Wait a minute. I worked my whole life to build this business. I worked my whole life to get it strong enough to where maybe I could give it to my children or sell it one day. No, you're closed. And you are who? The government. Under the guise of safety, right? Safety. You're closed. You will open when we tell you. Okay, now if you're an essential business, we're going to tell you you need to close at this hour. Now, this is happening. If you're listening to me and say, well, we didn't do that here, these are different things that are happening all across the United States. You have to close at this hour. You can't open till this hour. Government telling you how to operate your business. You have to limit sales of this. You cannot sell that. Guns, some states yes, some states no. Gun permits, some states yes, some states no. Interesting. Okay. They have entered common sense gun legislation without us voting on anything. They're just deciding what to do. The powers that are given to these governors that are being followed by the federal government. Okay. So your business, close, open when you want. Now, let me tell you this. And this is where I'm not going to try to offend you. I'm going to go to this, and I don't know where you're at. So I promise it's not my interest to tell you. Hang tight there. Hang on there, Baba Louie. We'll find one we want. I thought I took a crop of it this morning, a clip, to show you. But really did. I thought I clipped out to show you something because I want you to see this. Give me number 16. Okay. Number 16. You got Wahoo's opening. Wahoo. Wahoo. Yay. Here's number 16. This is from our website, Fetcher News. 12 commission chairmen from North Georgia counties have joined together to sign a letter asking Governor Kemp to shut down the state parks. Now think about where you're at, okay? It appears that these non-residents believe our area is safe haven because it is rural nature. To the contrary, the influx of people into the communities has had a strangling, detrimental effect on our resources. The letter to Kemp read in part. Okay, I get it. Okay. We're closed. 12 counties in North Georgia. Now, let me ask you this. So let me flip to this. How many commissioners in your state, chair commissioners, freeholders, whatever they're called in your counties, have banded together to write your Secretary of State a letter concerning vote by mail and you not having the right to go exercise your personal vote in America on what happened in Wisconsin? We're going to talk about it. How many of that? No. Why you can't go to the lake? Please stop. The virus is everywhere. Don't hike so close to me. Do not pitch a tent. I get it. I understand. China's a communist country, folks. China's a communist country. Nancy Pelosi is getting ready to take away your vote. No, she's not. Nancy just wants us to be safe and vote by mail. While that Nancy is just trying everything for us to be safe in America. No, Nancy Pelosi is trying to take away our ability to elect our leaders away, because vote by mail will end up in ballot harvesting. And the Democrats will get just enough ballots every time to win, and you will see where you go from there. China's a communist country. Where I end with this, I think you are getting ready to say, what the hell is going on? That's what you are. Saddened by the deaths. But when you start seeing thousands and thousands of hospital beds empty, when you start hearing, wait a minute, you took the ventilators, Mayor de Blasio in New York, and you resold them to a higher bidder. You start hearing, wait a minute, things didn't turn out quite to 2 million. We got to remember, virus is real, but we got to keep it together that there's 327 million, if not more, Americans. 327 million Americans. Now, I'm sorry, the deadliest day was yesterday. We were supposed to have 2 million die. We pushed down the curve, or we pushed down the numbers, not the curve, to 200,000. What are you going to, I hate to put it this way, what are you going to accept as a number that you're going to wake up and say they saved us from something? You know, are you ready for the reports by the same corrupt media? Are you ready for the reports? Because they are turning, and they're getting ready to do the reports on how the government saved you. Just saying, I want you to think, okay? And I know what's coming down the line, all right? So when I say that, how many deaths will you say, wait, they saved us from something? Because here's what I think. March, okay. Social media, all the coronavirus jokes, okay. April, it's April 8th. It's getting a little tense, okay. You're Americans. And Americans in May, okay, you like to go to the lake. You got your campsites. You got your camper. You made a little money last couple years. Things are going well. You bought your boat, okay? You've already scheduled your vacations. You've already scheduled the family reunions. I'm going to tell you, Fauci needs to go, and we need to figure out how to open the economy. It was an orchestrated economic collapse. Now, last but not least, and I'll take a break, China's a communist country. Just think about it. Well, you don't care out there. You just don't care if people go to the laundromat, grocery store, anywhere, get the virus, get the corona, and next thing you know, yeah, I do care. All right? I just want to keep a little bit on the level side. China's a communist country. We're not supposed to be. I'm going to take a break. We're going to come back, okay? And we're going to talk about vote by mail. Wisconsin, what happened? Give me number 9. Why are these guys smiling? Number 9. Why are they? Eric Holder and Obama. Why? Maybe let's put them in a different picture. Number 18. If you are new to the show, I have reported this for approximately 3 years. 3 years. The fight for fair maps is now. Can you tell the silhouette there? Is that what it's called? Is Obama and Eric Holder, former Attorney General? I will explain. Wisconsin. Now this was as of, give me number 80. Okay, not making light, but I thought I would look and see how severe is the coronavirus in Wisconsin. So this was as of April 7th. Okay, this is 8 as of April 7th. This is from Fox 6 News in Wisconsin. 2,681 positive for COVID-19 in Wisconsin. 28,000 negative tests, and 95 people as of yesterday to this report has died in Wisconsin. but it was too dangerous to go vote. I'm your host, VKP. Let me get off this because we are going to cover some things. Oh, no, one more thing. I told you I'm going to offend you. The media is spinning it right around here. Number 74. Why the brother, right? Why the brother got to die? Why the brother, man? I mean, it wasn't long ago, first 5 minutes of the movie, they killed the brother off. Now the corona getting them. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Destiny, I sent you a new picture. I don't know if you have that. And I'm getting ready to send you another new picture I need to send right now. So we're going to do that. Let me crop this, folks. We're going to get started, show people how to get in touch with us. We're going to do that, and we're going to wait a minute. I'm going to get you something here. Also, don't forget, you can text me, email me anytime during the show, and I will respond to that. If you want to send me messages, there's something that goes with, and I just got it this morning that I want to, because we're going to talk about vote by mail. So stay with me. Coronavirus, obviously. This won't take but a second. Destiny, I'm sending you a new one right now also to go with that. All right. Attach it. We're a low budget operation, folks, but we do a good job. All right. I just sent that to you. So now, if you have it, we're talking about Wisconsin, vote by mail. This is what we want. And Destiny, this segment is basically vote by mail, Wisconsin to Georgia. From Wisconsin to Georgia, we'll move it right along. And we're going to talk about the election night, put this all together. It's going to be all together, maybe a couple clips, out of this that we'll pull. But first of all, folks, I don't want to be insensitive to the people in Wisconsin that COVID-19 has affected and your families. I understand it. Let's start with number 80. Let's go with number 80. And this is as of yesterday in Wisconsin, the dairy state, 2,681 positive for COVID-19. Okay. Now you could do some math while you're doing this. In Wisconsin, 28K negative, 95 dead as of yesterday. Sorry to put it that way. So can you give me 81? $5.85 million. The 2020 population in Wisconsin is estimated at 5.85 million. Okay, 5.85 million. Let's go back to 5.85 million. Now go back to 80. Out of 5.85 million, as of yesterday, 95 people have died. Now, the corrupt media made an issue this morning. They went nuts. Yesterday, is it Governor Evers in Wisconsin, a very progressive liberal, because they were encouraged to vote yesterday, and the federal Supreme Court knocked down one case, and the state Supreme Court knocked down another. We explained it to you, okay? Now, let me go through. Let's go through some highlights here. See if we can get to. So we've done that. Now let's go to this. I just want to show you a couple things that the media is going nuts, and then we will explain them, okay? Leave that on the screen there. Hold on. Hang on tight. Wait a minute. We'll get to the watchdogs in a minute, what happened there, okay? Now, we're going to go through some clips. Number 55. Now, remember, 95 people, 5.85 million. I better write that down. I probably have that wrong already, and I had the fact on the screen. Probably got to get a fresh, clean piece of paper. I got enough scribbling here as you would be. So let's say 5.85 million. 95 dead as of yesterday. I know how it sounds, but 95 out of 5.85. Number 55. Wisconsin voters face long lines amid coronavirus outbreak. More than 2,500 National Guard troops were dispatched to staff the polls, where they were expected to help perform normal functions of poll workers while also distributing hand sanitizer. Give me a squirt. Give me a squirt. Number 54. I'm telling you, now remember, number 54. Wisconsin holds primary election amid coronavirus outbreak. 95 people. Let's go to next one. 52. The fear. Number 52. Wisconsin holds primary election amid outbreak. I show you the same byline on the morning in different pictures for the reason being, if you ever get a chance to look at the timestamp, this is 4:10 a.m. Central Time. It's 5:10. You could see they run this over and over. Now, for Christmas, will you not be purchasing? Companies out there will be doing designer masks to go with the latest fashion, right? Designers, you used to get a scarf. Lady wears a scarf. But it's going to be different. You're going to have that dress with that mask, or you're going to have that outfit that goes right with it. Does this mask go with my blouse? I should have never done that. All right, next. Number 50. Look at them. No social distancing. Americans not being able to make up their own damn mind. Can you see this? They are standing in line. They want to vote. Can you see they want to vote? How dare our government force these people to want to vote and stand in line and just make up their own mind of where they want to stand? Okay. Here is, you're going to like this one, number 48. Wisconsin holds primary. This is I think he's Speaker of the Wisconsin State House. We'll see that. He's standing there and they're like, well, he has all his stuff on. And he's telling people it's safe. We're going to get there. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on in Wisconsin, okay? We're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. All right. I'm going to stay on Wisconsin. Here's one I just want to throw in, number 38, okay? Milwaukee County. Now, 28%, you do the math. I'm not being negative to any race at all in this country, but Milwaukee County, which is in Wisconsin, among Black Americans, 28% is the population, and they have 73% of the deaths. Oh my God, 73% of the deaths recorded in Wisconsin, they're Black people. 95 have died. Do the math of how many are African Americans, Black voters, whatever. I'm just telling you, folks. I'm just telling you. Okay, let's go. Keep going. We'll get it here in a second. Here it is, the gatekeepers of hell this morning, number 36. We're going to stay on Wisconsin. Vote by mail, okay? They're the gatekeepers of hell, 2016. Joe and Minka. Minka's making faces. Now, that's unusual for Minka. This is where I may offend some ladies. I apologize. What is Minka on face stretch number 4 or something? So she's struggling here. She's trying to, frown and smile and whatever. 26% of the general election in 2016, the general election, over 23% of voters cast ballot by mail. We must. I'm going to tell you about those states, okay, that cast ballot by mail. And then they have, let's see. We'll do that one in a minute. Number 28, just going through these, you'll see in a minute. 2016, 33 million ballots cast by mail. All right, that's Trump yesterday. All right. Number 25, Minka a little stir crazy. Wisconsin holds primary election amid coronavirus outbreak. Number 24. Look at it. It's just sad. Look what and then they have a black voter, number 23, right? And number 22, Minka trying to make another face. Okay. And number 21, Wisconsin primary election amid coronavirus outbreak. Number 20, Republican speaker. He's the Wisconsin State House Speaker, Rob Vos. Vos? Hey, it's safe. Come on in. All right. So let's go back to this. And let's go to number 21. All right. So here's what happened in Wisconsin, and here's where we are going. And we're going to go from Wisconsin to Georgia. We're going to talk elections for a minute, okay? So here's what happened in Wisconsin. Boom. They had the election yesterday. Now, there in Milwaukee County, there's 180 precincts. Only 5 were open yesterday. Gerrymandered and twisted. We'll talk about that. Okay. Black Hispanic voters don't get their say. That's why they need vote by mail. Okay. There's going to be a resurgence of the virus by November. That's where the deep state Fauci comes in. We're going to talk about Trump voted by mail in Florida. They try, aha, we got you. Didn't you not vote by mail in Florida? Yes, I did what it's set up for. I'm commander in chief. Just like a military ballot, okay, an absentee ballot that you have to tell someone why you cannot be in your precinct area the day of election. I did that. Yes. Aha, we got you. How November voting happened. We are back to chaos in the White House. So here's what happened in Wisconsin, so I can put that in a frame first. Federal Supreme Court. They went to the Supreme Court. They wanted ballots postmarked after yesterday that were sent in to be counted. Federal government said no. Election day is 4/7. So if you get a ballot in the mail that's not postmarked, just like your tax return, if it's not postmarked 4/7, you can't open it and add it in. So first of all, Wisconsin wanted to find enough votes. Now you're going to say, well, wait a minute. It's over a Supreme Court judge that Trump endorsed. I get it. But let's look at the grand scheme. So Wisconsin said, hey, we're going to go to the federal government. Maybe not, I don't know who went. We want to see how many votes we have as a deficit, the Democratic Party in Wisconsin. And then after that, April 8th, run and mail enough to get through and say they were just in the mailbag of the truck. Federal government said no. If the state of Wisconsin, the Supreme Court, is going to hold their election on 4/7, okay, because it is a presidential primary election, which states run. States facilitate elections, okay? Then you're going to do it like this. Well, that upset them, okay? So Evers, the governor of the state, which they're lying to you, says, okay, so the federal government said we can't find enough ballots to do what we want. We got to go through with the election. That's when they said, we'll move it. Here's a grand scheme. And I told you this yesterday. Governor Evers of Wisconsin said, we'll move the whole damn thing. We'll move it. Well, that sounds good. Under the guise of being safe for the citizens of Wisconsin, which we have shown you the numbers, 5.85 million people, 95 people have died. So we're going to move the election. Well, that sounds good. But I'm going to use executive power I don't have and change election law. Now, if you move an election, Brad Raffensperger, there's a lot of argument in Georgia about moving it, and we can't figure out who the hell has the power, the governor and the secretary of state. Now, they're in a, not to, we'll come back, but they're in a tussle because now if the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, says, I'm going to move the election, I just found out I can move it, it's going to be like the other stuff he just found out. If you're not following Georgia, I'll tell you later. If Brian Raffensperger moves the election, he is ready. He is going to see lawsuits from the Democratic Party of Georgia like you've never seen before, Stacey Abrams. And he doesn't want to admit he has the power. So we'll go there in a minute. So Wisconsin Governor Evers says, we'll move it. Everybody cheered. Oh, my God. But he wanted to rewrite the law. He wanted to move it and not allow. And here's what I want to show you right here. Let's go back to this because I think this is more appropriate. This picture here that I had just a minute ago. Let me see here. I had it just a minute ago. Where is the line? Where is that picture where they were in line trying to vote? I'm going to get that. Let's see. Number 50. Give me number 50. Okay. Number 50. Governor Evers wanted to prevent yesterday like this, and you deciding you wanted to go vote. Okay. You want to push the button. You want to look at the screen. You want to push the button. He wanted that stop. So he said, I'll move the election under the guise of keeping the election workers, poll workers safe from the virus, right? But when I move it out to June, I will make it all paper ballots. I will get you. I will do it by paper. And I will now be like Oregon and Washington and Colorado, the ones where Democrats keep winning. Right? And then boom. Democrat Supreme Court for the state of Wisconsin, Democrat House for the state of Wisconsin, and Democrat Senate for the state of Wisconsin. And then they can do exactly what Obama and Eric Holder and many have been doing for years, preparing for this day. What's that mean? We'll get to it. So this is what they want to stop. And the Supreme Court of Wisconsin said, no, you can't rewrite election law. If you're going to move it to June, then you have to move it to June with the same rules in Wisconsin on how the ballots work, absentee ballots, how voting, it all has to move. Now, they didn't give an answer, but that's just my opinion. I think I'm correct. It all has to move. And then the governor was trying to pull a fast one. Well, we'll get vote by mail. All right. Now, listen to Nancy Pelosi. You remember, do you have the one that has Nancy Pelosi in it, or do I have to look them up? Because if you do, roll the tape.
In this new relief package, are you going to push for guarantees about being able to vote from home to improve that system for the upcoming general election?
Well, in the next package, the package I talked about earlier was just an interim package that Secretary Mnuchin was suggesting, and we'll deal with that. But in our CARES 2, yes, we want the resources to be there and no obstacles to that voting to take place. It's about our democracy. It's about our democracy in a time where it's even a physical challenge to vote. So we want to have more resources for vote by mail, more same-day registration, more states sending ballots to those who are qualified to vote. That will be part of our initiative. We got 400.
I'm writing some notes. Oh, wait a minute. It's a challenge. Give me number 50, right? Let's put these people up in Wisconsin. New relief package. Next. Vote by mail? Yes. We'll have the resource. It's about our democracy. Oh my God, it's crumbling everywhere you look. We've got the prop up our democracy with this money. And vote by mail, it's a challenge. Look at the poor people. It's sad. It's a challenge to vote by mail. Now, here's the thing. Wisconsin, vote by mail. Look at the people. Now, as you know, as of yesterday, the challenges are in, okay? Oh God, the court challenges are in. They are going to challenge the results in Wisconsin. Boom, it's done. It's on its way. There'll be a minimum of 100 lawsuits all across this state. It will be voter suppression will happen. Boom, voter suppression. And then every single person that dies, if you get hit by a bicycle in Wisconsin today and you trip and fall and bump into somebody that has COVID-19, you will be categorized as COVID-19 death. Oh, that's another thing. To get the numbers where they need to make it look like they saved you for something, people that are not testing positive for COVID-19 or have so many underlying conditions, COVID-19 may play a part. It's getting recorded that way. All right, so you heard Nancy Pelosi, right? So we're going to talk about Brad Raffensperger when we get back in Georgia. We're going to talk about election night in November. I'm going somewhere with this, okay? You heard what Nancy wants to do, take your right away to go to the polls and make your decision. So we come back, we're going to hear what the president thinks. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
It's been 4 generations of family ownership, tens of thousands of customers, and more Chevys than we'd ever be able to count. And more than 60 years later, when we say Days gets it done, we still mean it. With the North Georgia Mountains lowest Chevy prices, a huge selection, and outstanding customer care. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper, and let's get it done. Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, let me just say this before we get our 9 o'clock hour. We're talking about Wisconsin. We're going to bring it all the way around to election night in November. So, I hope you're on this. I hope I'm able to articulate what is going to happen. We're going to bring it down to Georgia in a minute. All right. But let me say this. We're up to whatever's in Wisconsin they tried to do with the federal Supreme Court, right? The Wisconsin Supreme Court and the tragedy, according to the deep state, hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media, that the poor people of Wisconsin were exposed to this death virus that as of now, 5,850,000 people in Wisconsin. As of yesterday, 95 have died. Okay, so what they're trying to stop is they're trying to stop voting in person. They want to get it, they want everything to be mail-in ballots, okay? And they want everything to be mail-in ballots, number one. And number two, they want it to, if we don't totally take away in-person voting, at least get it to where we could figure out how many votes we need to do. Ballot harvesting, the Democratic Party is very good at. Votes do we have to win? Now, I say this, it sounds a little arrogant, but what is something that you really enjoy? You enjoy being right. Don't tell me you don't. If you're right, you enjoy it. If you're correct, you like to say, I'm right. Okay? Now, sometimes you live in the house with somebody that the battle, maybe that's why people stay together. I've been married 20 years. I've been married 28. I've been married 42. How did you do it so long? We never figured out who was right. So just saying. So anyhow, let's go to the Donald Trump clip yesterday. The Donald Trump clip. We watched the Nancy Pelosi, and you will see this is yesterday afternoon's press conference. Fact, the show was 8 a.m. yesterday morning. So there's no way he gave me these words. He may have watched the show. Play that clip.
Mail-in voting, mail-in ballots for voting.
I think mail-in voting is horrible.
You voted by mail
corrupt.
In Florida's election last month, didn't you?
Sure, I could vote by mail for that.
How do you reconcile
Because I'm
that?
allowed to. Well, that's called out of state. You know why I voted? Because I happen to be in the White House and I won't be able to go to Florida to vote.
But let me just say,
well, there's a big difference between somebody that's out of state and does a ballot and everything sealed, certified, and everything else. You see what you have to do with the certifications. And you get thousands and thousands of people sitting in somebody's living room signing ballots all over the place. No, I think that mail-in voting is a terrible thing. I think if you vote, you should go. And even the concept of early voting is not the greatest because a lot of things happen. But it's okay. But you should go and you should vote. I think you should go and you should vote. You look at what they do, where they grab thousands of mail-in ballots and they dump it. I'll tell you what, and I don't have to tell you, you can look at the statistics. There's a lot of dishonesty going along with mail-in voting, mail-in ballots.
Okay, so for those keeping score, absentee voting is bad and everyone...
I like to use those clips, not from the big networks, from smaller companies, much like ourselves, media companies that are trying to get the truth out. Okay, so wait a minute. I did not take the time. I should have taken the time. But hold on here, Baba Louie. I just want to get the one clip that I may have that says something about, hold on. I got it here. It won't take but a second. We will do this. I want to get the president disrespectful of the Hold on. I have it. Absentee ballots. Come on. Damn it. Where's the precedent on this? Hold on. All right, number 28. I want to go with 28 for this one, okay? I'm going to see if I have another one, but I'm going to stay with 28 right now. And this is I Got